G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. A while ago I saw Mark from Self-Sufficient Me assemble a raised garden bed from a company in Queensland called Birdies. Then a few months after that I saw one of our local shops called Aldi, actually they're more German than local, selling these garden line raised beds. So I decided to do a video comparing the two. Today we'll do assembly, filling them up, and in a few years from now I'll do an update video to tell you how they went. The garden line will get strawberries in it, and the Birdies will get some asparagus in it. Let's do it. Inside the box we have a warranty certificate, some basic assembly instructions, and the nuts and bolts, though we hope we haven't lost any. For the nuts and bolts we'll need a small spanner or a pair of pliers and a screwdriver. Let's see what we have to do. Doesn't say much. It says safety wise, wear gloves. Other than that, use the nuts and bolts provided to assemble. Alright, everything is hand tight and we are left with exactly one screw. I really like using power tools, but sometimes that's just not the way to go. So we'll revert back to the old screwdriver. Alright guys, that was the garden line. Took about 20 minutes or so to put together. It's really thin sheet metal. Can bend it with my hands with no problems. The screws are not stainless, they're galvanized. We'll see how it goes. We have a checklist of parts. We have assembly instructions. We have bits and bobs, including what looks to be a central support to run down the middle. Even have a small spanner so I don't have to use the pliers. With 4 plastic corner protectors and a strip to go around the top and protect the sharp edge. Right, now these corner pieces don't have a top or a bottom. What they do have is a long side and a short side. The instructions say the long side needs to be along the long edge of the bed, so along this side. And it should just slide on. I say if it doesn't, I can use some cooking oil to help it slide. Alright, we'll put our support in, but then we might have to move it into its final position before we finish assembly. We have these corners that for now are only slid in, and the sheet has perforations to make it run down that groove. And that's all that's keeping it together. So as I said, we'll move it into its final position before we do anything else. Alright, now we're going to use their own boxes and some other boxes we have around to place under them and hopefully stop some grass and some weeds from growing through, at least for a while. Alright, for the birdies, we're left with 4 screws and 4 nuts, and the plastic molding for the top edge, which I'm not going to use. I don't like plastic, the top edge isn't that sharp, so we're not putting that on. Let's go get something to fill them up with. Alright, I'm going to try something I haven't tried before, and that's filling the bottom of the bed with some old wood and rotting bark, and then possibly some compost, and then some soil from the garden. I'll just have to be careful of snakes here, even though it's cold today. You never know what you're going to find in these piles. Alright, I'm just going to steal the soil from this bed for now. We're not really using this bed right now. Oh, not this end of it. So take the mulch off. Steal some soil from here. Alright everyone, that's 2 beds assembled, filled up and ready for planting. The Aldi bed over here, it's easier to assemble but definitely inferior materials, so I don't think it'll last that long. First one, strawberry plants I want to plant in there. And the Birdies bed, quite a bit trickier to assemble but much better materials, so should last quite a bit longer. Looking for some asparagus grounds that we want to plant in there. That'll be a dedicated asparagus bed. We're expecting quite a bit of rain tonight and over the next few days, so I'll let the soil settle first, maybe fill it a bit more, and then plant it up. Thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can get notifications when the new video comes out every week. And have a beautiful week. Bye.